Welcome back to today's COVID kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to make something called stabilized whipped cream. Now it sounds very official and very formal, but the difference between stabilized whipped cream and regular whipped cream is just stabilized whipped cream holds its shape due to a very special ingredient I'm going to show you in a few minutes. So stabilized whipped cream is good for decorating cakes, cupcakes, pies. If you wanted to do some piping with some cake decorators, icing decorators, you could use stabilized whipped cream for that purpose, whereas regular whipped cream is just too soft. It's not, it doesn't hold its shape long enough for that kind of thing. They both are going to taste exactly the same. They're both delicious. It's just kind of more functional. So let's get started with me walking you through the ingredients list. One quick tip I want to share with you about making stabilized whipped cream is the colder your ingredients and your tools, the better. So before you start getting your ingredients ready, I just want to make sure that you do two things. One, make sure you have everything quickly accessible to you because we don't want them to get warm. And then here's a little trick. I want you to take your bowl and your beater, put them in the refrigerator, and let them sit there while you get your other ingredients kind of together, mise en place. And we want to start with a cold bowl and beater before we actually start whipping this recipe up. So my bowl and beater are in the refrigerator chilling. I'm going to go ahead and walk you through the very short ingredients list. So we're going to start with 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. Heavy whipping cream is what we want for this recipe. We also need a 1/4 cup of powdered sugar. We're going to use 1 teaspoon of flavorless gelatin. It's a good staple to have in your pantry when you're doing a lot of different recipes, especially desserts. You're going to need a few teaspoons of water. And you're also going to need just a little bit of vanilla, just like a teaspoon of vanilla in this recipe. So those are your ingredients. All right, let's start by preparing our gelatin that's going to be used in this stabilized whipped cream recipe. I've got another bowl here that I'm going to use. It's a microwave safe bowl. I'm going to add my few teaspoons of water to that bowl. And then I'm going to sprinkle my teaspoon of gelatin on top. Then I'm going to let this sit for just a few minutes before I take it over to the microwave for our next step. So I let my gelatin get absorbed by the water, and then I transferred it to the microwave for like not even 10 seconds, zapped it, pulled it back out. You just want to make sure that your gelatin is fully absorbed like mine is here. Okay, so now, and you can stir it up a little bit, you know, when you pull it out just to ensure that that's the case. So the next step we're going to perform is whipping this up, and we're going to combine our heavy whipping cream with our powdered sugar, our little bit of vanilla extract, and our gelatin mix. And then we're going to whip that with our beater, and we're going to do that until we start to see peaks form in this mixture. Okay, I've got my chilled bowl and beater out of the fridge. You can see it's kind of frothy. I'm going to go ahead and pour my cup of heavy whipping cream in here. I'm going to add to that powdered sugar. And then my vanilla. I'm going to do this by sight, by the way. You need about a teaspoon. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and attach my beater to my hand mixer and whip this up. I have all kinds of oopsies in this kitchen, and I'm going to go ahead and tell myself, for one, The bowl I started this process with was entirely too small. So be careful that you have a large enough bowl before you whip something in liquid form. And what I did is I just moved my ingredients to a bigger bowl, and I'm also going to just try to stay upright with my mixer as I go to help prevent splatter. So I want you to get a good look at what's happening here. I'm whipping this on high, and I've got peaks that have formed. So I'm at the point now where I can add my gelatin to this. So my gelatin has now been added, and I'm going to whip on low to combine it. Again, that flavorless gelatin is what's going to give this whipped cream its stabilized form. You can see that it's heavy enough now to do some piping. Now, how long does this keep? Stabilized whipped cream you can keep in the refrigerator for 2 to 3 days. You can actually freeze this for a couple months if you would like. But it's so easy to make. I think it makes more sense just to whip up a small batch at a time for your use in that week or so.